Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Ali. Today we are looking at a reading for how can we as a collective manifest our deepest desires. How can we align with our deepest desires? This is law of assumption, law of attraction friendly because I know there's a bit of a difference between the two sides. This is for anybody who wants to manifest a deepest desire. The messages will be for whoever needs to hear them. So we're using down the bottom today the Magic Gate Tarot, which I've already pulled all of these cards already. This is a daily gratitude affirmations deck, one card from here, and the Divine Abundance Oracle deck by Tosha Silver, which is a beautiful, beautiful deck. So without further ado, we're going to hop in and we're going to see what messages Spirit has for us today. If you like what you see here, please feel free to subscribe, and yeah, let's get into it. Alrighty, so I'm back. So I've just pulled all of these cards. Some of them may be out of the frame. I'll try to keep them as close as I can so you guys can see. But we have Queen of Wands. Right, let me see if I can show you. You might not be able to see. We have Queen of Wands in reverse. Finally did it. We have, I just took these in the reverse position, by the way. 10 of Cups. It's not going to look reversed on here, but it is. We have King of Cups in the upright, which again, can't really show very well. It's not, is it focusing? We have the King of Cups. And we have Three of Swords upright, which looks reversed on here, but it's not. We have Three of Swords. And then we have this deck here says be mindful. And we have this deck which says right now. Now, when I see any Wands cards, that reminds me very much of fire energy. So Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You don't have to be any of those signs, okay? This is just what's sort of coming through initially. And the Queen is like fully in your feminine energy and fully... Queen of Wands makes me think of, a feminine energy that has fire and passion on her side, okay? So when this is coming up in the reverse, that makes me feel that perhaps you haven't been following your passions closely. Perhaps you're a feminine presenting person who hasn't been following her passions closely, okay? You don't have to... Masculine and feminine are just descriptors in tarot. It doesn't have to apply to any one gender, but it makes me feel that some of you who could be in your Queen energy aren't at the moment, and you need to get that fiery drive and passion back in order to align with your deepest desire, okay? Some of you may be in a creative field and need to hear this message, okay? And so 10 of Cups is the happily ever after card, and it's in the reverse. So that makes me feel like you feel like your happily ever after isn't on the horizon, okay? That it's not quite visible yet, right? That you feel, for some reason the word neglected was coming to mind. I feel like some of you are neglecting what makes you happy, maybe out of obligation to something else, and this is causing this happy ever after to be delayed, okay? And it's causing your manifestation to not sort of be in the front focus right now, okay? King of Cups and Three of Swords. So hold on, what am I getting for this? Hold on 1 second. Right, so I feel very strongly that you could be a masculine person, but you don't have to be. But you could have more masculine energy and be really wanting to feel your emotions right now, really wanting to dig deep with your emotions and get over some heartbreak here with the Three of Swords. Okay, so I feel like for some of you, it's going to be two groups here. There's going to be some who are doing a creative endeavor where they're lacking passion and drive, and you know, the happy ever after that they seek isn't quite there. And then there are these people that need to dig deep maybe into their and this could possibly be triggering, so please take care, okay, but like childhood trauma and shadow wounds, okay. Some of you may need to hear this, and you may be digging deep, doing some self-reflection, healing from heartbreak. So I feel like in order to manifest our deepest desires, we have to try our best to get that fire back, rediscover what made us passionate about something in the first place, or heal that shadow that is holding us back, okay? Something really important. For some reason, they've been coming up in the readings a lot lately, but Libra and Scorpio is coming to mind. Gemini, Taurus, Virgo as well. So a Virgo rising or sun may need to hear this message. But that takes us to these top cards. And so this first card, if you can't see it, it says, be mindful. Cautiousness, subtlety, and tact are needed in order to accomplish your desired goal. So I feel that when you're coming out of this heartbreak period or reigniting that fire, that spark within you, okay, it's important to be mindful, like to really dig deep, like we talked about with King of Cups, getting into your emotions. How does this light you up emotionally? How does it make you feel inside, okay? That's super important. Because I feel like for some of you, you're pushing your emotions away and putting to the side and not allowing them to be truly expressed or felt. Aries, Sun or Rising could be, doesn't have to be. And some of you may be so for some reason, I want to go back to this Ten of Cups reversed and then link it to this Right Now card. So I feel like with the Ten of Cups, you're sort of not focused on this happily ever after. You feel like it's not coming and you're focusing on the near future, okay, when you need to be focused in the present. Right now, it says, I don't know if you guys can see. I'll try to lift it up to the camera so you guys can see, but it's actually, for some reason, I can't really hold it up very well because of the angle. It doesn't focus very well. But it says, I'll put this back here, it says, right now, stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than can be handled with each moment. So you may feel like every day is a bit of a slog, okay? Even with this Queen of Wands and losing passion and drive, okay? It makes me feel like that you are just like, oh, what could possibly be next kind of thing. And you're sort of, in a way, without meaning to, you're kind of shutting off that flow. I feel like you're trying to get somewhere without, hold on one second. So the expression I just got was down the creek without a paddle or up the creek without a paddle, whatever the expression is. So it almost feels like you're trying to do something without taking like necessary steps, almost like bypassing for some of you. You may be getting through a slog and you may be wanting, you know, the universe to reach out to you and give you these things, but you're not taking the practical and necessary steps to do so that you know you need to do. Even my law of assumption girlies I'm getting, you know, affirming and persisting, it doesn't have to work for you. There is lots of different techniques you can use because we know it's not the technique that manifests, it's what your subconscious absorbs from a law of assumption perspective. But I almost feel like you know what you can do to make things better. And so you sort of need to do that while staying present and focused, right? Make your affirmations the present moment instead of in the future or, oh, that happened in the past. and feeling like everything is distant in some way or another. I don't know, this is just a very it's very two split groups. There are some that will really resonate with the creative side of it, losing passion and needing to reignite the spark. And then there's other people where it's not going to apply in the same way, and it's more of a trauma and shadow-based situation. It's more of an, and of course we want to be mindful of people's triggers, but this feels very much like almost an inner child wound situation for another group of people. And so I feel like even, doing things like affirming and persisting and focusing on your life while staying grounded and present will be really helpful, especially for an Aries, Leo. Yeah, that fire energy coming back in. I feel like it's good to focus on your dreams and taking the practical steps, but make sure to focus on the present as well, because it's important to have a balance between the present and the future and even the past. I think for some of you, revisiting your past will be helpful. For others it won't be. If you've been thinking about revisiting the past, but you think, oh no, that's too stressful, I don't feel I can do that, then don't do it. Trust that inner guidance that you receive and just focus on the here and now. So for some people, taking little steps each day at a time, it comes back to this: you'll soon trust that nothing more will come than can be handled each moment. So it's each moment taking those necessary strides and leaps forward, and knowing that spirit has got you, or whatever you believe in is there for you. Okay, it's interesting. I feel like it's about reversing your usual train of thought to get somewhere, not being so fixated. But I get what this is. It's about not being so fixated on what has come in and what hasn't come in either. It's both sides of it. So it's about creating a balance between the two, almost like Libra energy. So I feel like if you work at your affirming and persisting, if you work at your methods, eventually stuff's going to pay off. It is all going to pay off in your favor. So I feel like for some of you, a Sagittarius may need to hear this message as well, okay? And that could be really important, Sun, Moon or Rising. It's just about creating a balance between the two. The one of, oh, I haven't received it, and oh, but I want to receive it, where is it? It's about just letting everything ebb and flow while taking practical necessary steps and practicing, the mindfulness. Because you will, the aim of the reverse cards is to make them upright eventually, right? So that is how you align with your deepest desires. Okay, if you keep pushing and keep affirming, keep persisting, keep visualizing, meditating, doing whatever it is you're doing, but still remember to stay present, grounded and focused, you will get there, you guys. I promise you'll get there. Hope this was helpful, you guys. Sorry if it was a little bit short, but it was a bit of a tricky message at first. I wasn't sure off the top of my head, but then all these other messages started coming in. So hopefully this will resonate with someone out there. I promise things aren't hopeless. Things may appear to be a bit of a slog and you may have to trudge through a lot of stuff right now, but I promise it's all going to be okay, you guys. Okay, so that is all I have for you today. I'll put my personal information in the description box below. You can check out my paid readings, and I hope it was helpful. I'll see you next time, guys. Okay, bye.